Welcome back to the channel, guys, and in this video we're going to be doing a daily dividends portfolio update. If you do enjoy this video, don't forget to like and subscribe, and let's get straight on into this. If you're new to the series, guys, we invested £105 in the almost daily dividends pie and trading 212, what is the most popular pie and trading 212. You can then decide from this series if you want to invest some of your hard-earned money into the pie or you want to put your money somewhere else. So let's take a look at how the pie has performed over the past 7 days. Finally, after several weeks in the red, we're finally back up in the green, and we're currently up £0.85 or 0.18%. As the FX impact changes even though the markets is closed, our return does change from about 80p to just over £1. So when I show you the Excel spreadsheet at the end, it might be a bit different to what you've seen in the portfolio, but this is just because the FX impact continues to change. The dividend income, as you can see here, is still not showing up, though we are definitely getting dividends from this pie, as I'm getting dividends from companies I don't hold anywhere else apart from in this pie. But I don't know why the dividend income isn't coming in here. Maybe it's because I don't have much in this daily dividends pie, but maybe it's just because the feature isn't working at the moment. The pie feature on Trading 212 is quite new, so hopefully this begins to work in the next few weeks and months. Now let's take a look at some of the holdings. As you can see, we've already dropped back down to 77p up, so the FX impact is changing quite rapidly. Just a few minutes ago, before I started filming, we were up at £1. So you can see the Pimco Synth bond, that continues to be down, though that has paid us a few dividends. Apple is down 7%. Hopefully they can have a better week next week. Johnson & Johnson's down 5%. PepsiCo, who had a bit of a better week towards the end of the week last week, is up 7%. We've got quite a few stocks still down, though we do have some stocks in the green. Caterpillar continue to perform strong. IBM is still poor. Royal Bank of Canada paid a dividend this week, and they're up 3%, was quite good. You see here we've got quite a few stocks that are nearly 10% up, was quite incredible, though we do have some that are also 10% down. Now, guys, let's take a more in-depth view at a couple of stocks. First, you've got Johnson & Johnson, ticker symbol J&J. Johnson & Johnson focus in the healthcare field. They operate in 3 main segments, and they are the consumer segment, the pharmaceutical segment, and the medical devices segment. You've probably seen Johnson & Johnson products in the shops like baby wash and shampoos, but they also sell medical devices to hospitals, and they also produce pharmaceuticals. Johnson & Johnson haven't had a great month, being down around 5%, and if you look at the past week, they're down nearly 1.5%, though they did have a bit of a rebound at the end of the week, up nearly 2% in trading on Friday. As you can see, pre-pandemic, Johnson & Johnson were on a bit of a steady climb, and they have only just started to tail off. Hopefully, though, they can get back up to the $163 average that we have, and hopefully we can get that return closer to the positive mark, though we are only down 9p from the actual loss of the share, and we're down 3p from the FX impact, what is hurting us in a lot of our shares at the moment. Now let's take a look at Prospect Capital, what is our biggest gainer at the moment and one of our highest dividend payers. As you can see, guys, in our Prospect Capital stock graph, what is our biggest gainer at the moment? We're up 32p on them, though we are down 1.5% on the FX impact. Prospect Capital is a financial services company, what you can see there, and they have had a quite good run up recently. If you look at the past 3 months, they're up nearly 31%, though they have had a bit of a drop off. If we look in the past week, they were down 1.78%, and if you look at the past day, they were down nearly 2.5%, what is down from last week, where I think we were up nearly 40p on Prospect Capital. So if we look at the 3 months, you can see that we were nearly up at $8 for one share in Prospect Capital. Hopefully they can rebound and get up to $8 again. As you can see, this is the highest they have ever been, so I don't know if this will last. I don't know much about Prospect Capital, but like I said, they are our biggest gainers in this pie at the moment. Now let's take a look at the dividends we've received in the past week in this pie. Since the last video, we've actually had one of our best periods for dividends. We've received 3 dividends since the last video, and they've been for Prospect Capital, who paid a dividend of 2p, Royal Bank of Canada, who also paid a dividend of 2p, and the JP Morgan EM bond that paid a dividend of 1p. The first dividend was paid on the 26th of Feb. It was an ordinary dividend, and that was a dividend for Prospect Capital. It was, like I said, an ordinary dividend, and they paid 2p for our just under half a share we have in Prospect Capital. That takes our total amount amount returned from Prospect Capital up to 34 pence was quite amazing. If we look at the Royal Bank of Canada, they paid a return of capital dividend. Was our first dividend that wasn't an ordinary dividend, and that was 2 pence paid on the 5th of March. And our final dividend was for the iShares JP Morgan EM bond, and that was 1 pence dividend, and that was once again paid on the 5th of March. Hopefully we can get some more dividends in the upcoming week and continue to grow this portfolio. Now let's take a look at the Excel spreadsheet and then end the video. So guys, this is my favourite part of the video where we take a look at the Excel spreadsheet for the daily dividends portfolio, where we can compare it to last week's performance of the portfolio and take an overview of the whole portfolio as a whole. So last week we had lost shares down of £3.67. They have recovered a little bit this week and we're only down £2.41 on our lost shares. Our gained shares were up only £1.87 last week, and our gained shares are now up £3.40, so that's really good. And last week we had over half of our stocks as lost stocks, over 31, and this week only half of our stocks are lost stocks, and our gained shares are now 24 gained shares, what is 6 up from last week, so it's very, very good. We still have one stock with no change, and if you look here, our total for last week was down £1.80, although we did have a very strong week, and we're now up nearly £1, though this does change a little bit, like I said, due to the FX impact. So over the past week, our portfolio has gone up around 3%. If we look at the dividend income, we can see up to last week, we had only received 7 pence in dividends, so in the first 5 weeks of having this portfolio, though in just the past week we received 5 pence in dividends, so hopefully we can continue to get a lot of dividends coming in and get up to that magic £1 in dividends amount. So guys, that's it for today's video. Hopefully you did enjoy. Please like and subscribe if you did. I hope you all have an amazing day, and I hope to see you again on the channel soon. Goodbye.
Yeah, I count it. Fly into heights you'll never see, like a red Titan, your degree.